washed your leeks, just chop it up finely. So get the knife and rock it over the leek. And you don't, make sure you keep your fingers out of the blade of the knife like a claw again. So just rock it over the leeks. And I'm going to put the bits on a plate. So I've got all the leeks chopped. And then I'll chop the garlic. So as before, take the ends off the garlic. And as you take the ends off, most of the papery skin comes off. But if it doesn't all come off, just peel it off. Then I'm going to crush it with the knife. So get the barrel of the knife and just press it down firmly on the garlic. And then chop it finely. And we're now going to saute the garlic and leek in spread or butter. Spread's a bit healthier. So if I turn my pan on, just let it heat a little and let the spread melt. So you can see the spread is melting there. So just let it melt. I'll turn the heat down. And once that's all melted, I'm going to add the leeks and garlic. So adding the leeks and garlic and just leaving that to cook down a bit. And you can see there's a lot of leeks there, but they'll cook down and soften a bit. So I'll just leave that to cook on a gentle heat. Just move them about in the melted butter or spread. And while that's cooking, we can prepare the rest of the ingredients. So we've got cherry tomatoes, 100 grams, and we're going to have them. So just rock the knife over. So just put them on the plate. Do roll off the board a bit. We're going to get the bread ready. So I've got about 200 grams of bread here, and it's sliced. It's a very small loaf. And I'm just going to, you can either cut this into cubes or just tear it up. I'm just going to tear it up and put it in this flat buttered dish or greased dish. So grease that with your spread or your butter and just tear it up. So you can see now the bread is all neatly torn up in the dish and it fills the dish. And if we look at our leeks and garlic, they have reduced in size and have got a lovely green colour. Really glistening, and they smell absolutely gorgeous now. I'm going to switch them off and I'm going to put them on top of the bread and then add the tomatoes as well. And then place the tomatoes on top of that. Place them nice and neatly on top. And then I'm going to make up the egg and cheese mixture. So it's a bit like scrambled eggs. So I've got 4 eggs in here. So I'm going to put them in this bowl, beat them, add some milk and some grated cheese. So I crack the eggs one at a time, and that way you can tell if the eggs are off. So you don't want to crack them into the bowl, so just one at a time into a cup. Just carefully put that one in, and when you're cracking an egg, if you've never done it before, you just bang it carefully against the edge of the cup and then open it very gently, making sure it all goes into the cup. If it does go on the bench, don't worry about it, just use another one. And that's all cracked. And then to that I'm going to add 200 ml of milk, which is nearly a large mug. And I'll just gently mix that together to get all the eggs and milk mixed together right through. So just do it quite gently, don't beat it too hard. As you can see, it can come right out of the bowl. Then I'm going to grate some cheese, and it's about 100 grams of cheese. So just grating it very gently against the grater. Be careful of your fingers. So you probably use your hand like a claw again, like when you're cutting. Keep your fingers away. And this is something children could help you with while you're making this for dinner. So just grate it till it's all grated. I'm just going to add the grated cheese into the egg and milk mixture. Just carefully get it all in and just give it a wee gentle mix. This is the kind of dish, this is a vegetarian dish, but you could put some ham in this. You could also add herbs. If you don't have leeks, you could probably put onions in instead. So just pour it evenly over the bread mixture. You can see the cheese ends up on the bottom. So we'll get the spoon and just spread that over. And press the bread into the egg and milk mixture, just so it all soaks it up. So I'm going to put this straight into the oven. Make sure the cheese is all spread out, and then we'll put that in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. Right, it's now ready, so I'm going to take it out of the oven carefully, and I'm going to put it on the work surface. Dish out some. So you can see it's gone all nice and golden brown on the top, the cheese is melted nicely, and the leeks and the bread and the egg have all cooked together. So this would do about 4 people for a meal, or maybe more actually, it's quite a lot.